Hey, this is your boy 4ID, and you're welcome back to another episode of 4ID Talks. Today, we're going to be following up on our former topic, that is the subduing your body and subduing your dopamine levels and all of these things. So, one of the biggest problems that people have, biggest problem that I have in particular, is chasing dopamine, chasing the gratification of getting information from different places, and chasing that high of scrolling your phone and getting a new update, getting a new comedy video, whatever it is, whatever skits or whatever it is. Most times it is easier said than done to just drop your phone or to just stop taking in information and start creating. So one of the biggest ways to subdue your dopamine addiction, number one, is to acknowledge that it is there in the first place. So it's very easy for people to think, I scroll my phone for information. I don't scroll my phone for one of the random things that people go for. I don't look for funny videos and all of these things. But at the end of the day, you're spending 5 to 10 hours screen time and you're not really producing anything. You're just taking in information, which is good in the long run. Maybe you can have a conversation that information is needed, but to a large extent you don't really need to have that information. You don't really need to keep scrolling. You don't really need to get as much knowledge as is possible. What is more important is for you to be able to produce, for you to be able to create, for you to be able to pass on your value to other people. So most of the times people don't really understand or acknowledge the fact that they have a dopamine addiction in the first place, or they have a phone addiction in the first place, or they even have a knowledge addiction, because some people can get so accustomed to reading books, which is a very beautiful thing, but some people can get so accustomed to reading books or even reading the newspaper or even getting news or even watching the news or all of these things, to the point where they forget that they are supposed to participate in the world as well. They're supposed to be participators in the world and not just sit back and watch things happen around them. So that's one of the biggest problems. Acknowledging that you have these triggers in the first place, that's going to be a problem. So you have to recognize your triggers. You have to recognize what it is that you're addicted to. If you're addicted to knowledge, if you're addicted to comedy, if you're addicted to just the high life, watching the high life happen around you, or even just going out. Sometimes your dopamine levels doesn't just rise just from you scrolling your phone. Sometimes it's just from the overexposure to adrenaline junk or all of these things. So it's very important for you to be able to recognize that you have these things, accept that you have it, acknowledge that you have it, and then that's going to be a good step in the right direction for you to fix your addiction to dopamine. And the next one is to set clear goals, set clear, strict goals. So it's one thing to say I want to be rich, and it's another thing to say I want to make £1 million a month, or I want to make 10 million naira a month. Whether that's rich to you or not, I don't know. But what I'm just saying is it's very important for you to be able to set strict goals. It's very important for you to be able to say, whenever you're even making a resolution or something of that sort, it's better for you to say very strict goals. And whether or not you don't meet that is another conversation entirely. But whether you have those goals in the first place is a matter of you taking the time to reason what it is you want to create, what it is you want to produce in the world. So it's one thing to say I want to travel the world, and it's another thing to say I want to go to 6 different countries in the next 6 years. Those are strict goals. Because you need to be able to set those strict goals. You need to be able to tell yourself that this is what I want to achieve at this particular time. And whether it's help for you to write it down and put that down whatever way, that's going to be helpful. But it's not just about just saying the dream. It's not just about saying I want to travel 6 different countries and so on so day. You have to ask yourself, what are the steps I have to take in order to get that? How is that going to be possible? There's obviously a whole conversation about luck and a whole conversation about law of attraction and all of these things, and whether or not you believe that is a totally different conversation. But for now, I feel like it's important for you to be able to say, when you want something, you should be able to ask yourself, how am I going to get that? And there should be a lot that is left to chance. There's a lot that should be left to luck and all of. But in the first place, you have to be able to state what it is you have to do and what you have to drop doing or stop doing in order for you to get that goal. Right, so whenever you're writing on those goals, you have to write them in the positive. You have to be able to say, I want to do this, not just I don't want to do this. So even when it comes to let's say, even when it comes to the negative things that you do and you want to stop, you don't have to say, I want to be the kind of person, I want to stop pressing my phone, and then you start making streak of how long you stay without pressing your phones. No, you have to tell yourself, I want to be the kind of person that isn't addicted to phones. So it's a different thing when you say it's a streak of not doing something, and another thing when you say, I'm changing my whole identity to favor not doing this certain thing. So when you are able to do that, that's going to help you to look at yourself in a more positive direction. So even when you fall from that, you're looking at it like, oh, I fell today, but at the end of the day, tomorrow might be a better day. I might be able to work towards it better tomorrow. Number 3 thing is to limit your exposure. So there's a whole thing about making yourself having a very strong mind to fighting your addiction or to fighting your craving or all of those things. But whenever you want to stop something, it's so much better for you to just limit your exposure to these things. And there's life has circumstances. There's going to be days where you're going to be stuck in front of those things, but you're better off not having drinks or not having junks in the fridge when you are trying to stop, like get on a diet or something. And so if you're trying to stop pressing your phone as often, do things that puts it away from you. Limit your exposure to your phone as much as possible, meaning that you should just try as much as possible to keep it away from you. Do things and put more things within your calendar that makes it harder for you to go back to your phone. And when it comes to creating as an artist, let me say, when it comes to you creating, it's very much better for you to just take on a sketchbook or take on a notebook rather than taking on your phone as often as possible. And even if I for example, I mostly write my thoughts on my phone. I have my notes and I write on them. But knowing fully well that these days I know, like, I want to stop using my phone as often as I do, I'm trying as much as possible to change that and write more on paper. Even if writing on paper is not as transferable as it is writing on your phone, it kind of helps for you to be able to know that there's a lot of information that you have laying around in different places, and that will help you to become a better creator in real life. It helps you to want to step out to touch grass. And one of the sweetest things about your phone is that the moment you drop your phone and you feel like you're bored, you will always find something to do. There will always be something to do. There will always be something laying around. Maybe you can start kicking the wall or anything, but at the end of the day, your mind is going to wander by itself. When you stop pressing your phone, there's going to be something in your calendar that needs to be done. There's going to be something in your plans that needs to be done that you just remember. You probably wouldn't have remembered it if you were just on your phone scrolling and taking in every 30 seconds of the scrolling. Before you know it, you're taking an hour of your day or 3 hours of your day just doing that scroll. So another thing, like I said in the last video, which is the name of the last video, is stop negotiating with your body. And for this, I would like you to listen to the other video that I made previously in terms of negotiating with your body. When it comes to negotiating, just never allow yourself to speak to your body and say, what do you want in this situation? Because when you speak to your body and ask it for what it wants, it's going to give you, obviously you're supposed to do things for your body. You're supposed to work on your body and make sure that it is in the best state possible. But what I mean by what it wants is that what your body desires in terms of the instant gratification that it wants can feel very good. It can feel very fulfilling at that time, but in the long run, most of these things that give instant gratification never give you gratification in the future. So it's important for you to be able to say no to your body and just work with the time. Like I said, go on and watch the other video that I made. I can't really go deep into this one right now. Then number 5 is to redefine your identity. Like I said, when you're if your goal was supposed to be, I'm going on a 30-day streak of not pressing my phone, if you change from that to saying, I'm the kind of person who doesn't press my phone, I'm the kind of person who is not addicted to dopamine. And once you say that, and you say, I'm the kind of person who spends days creating, or I'm the kind of person who can sit alone and just think about different things and create by myself and work on myself and do all of these things. Once you're able to say that to yourself and you're able to convince yourself that that is who you are, your body will fall in line. Your body will do all the necessary things that are important for you to become that person. And so try to tell yourself that. Try to tell yourself, I'm the kind of person that draws every day. I'm the kind of person that practices making music every day. I'm the kind of person that practices doing this every day. I'm the kind of person that doesn't get too hyped up about my phone. I'm the kind of person that doesn't get too hyped up about celebrity gist and all of these things. And the moment you agree with yourself and you're able to convince yourself that that is who you are, it kind of helps you redefine yourself in some sense. And it's still the same thing about faking it till you make it. When you tell yourself that, you always have that feeling of you are not necessarily that person, and you always have the problem of falling out of that identity and falling back from that identity and feeling that shame of, or feeling that guilt of knowing that you told yourself that this is who you are, but at the end of the day that is not the person that you expressed yourself to be. So even then you have to be very forgiving with yourself and tell yourself that you're still working to be that person, but you're faking it until you make it. And one of these days, you're definitely going to make it. So keep in line and keep creating. Number 6 is just, like I said, just be patient with yourself. Keep trying as much as possible to go for that, even when you know that your body isn't working in line with that as well. Your body isn't open to you doing these things, and you're going to fall, you're going to fail, you're going to falter, but at the end of the day you're going to keep going and keep trying. And like I said, the more votes that you put in favor of your mind and in favor of your creating and in favor of your plans and your goals, the more easy it becomes to do over and over again. It's almost like doing push-ups. The first day that you do it is going to be the hardest. You're going to feel the ache. You're not going to go back the next day. You're not going to feel like going back the next day. But when you're able to do that over and over again, it feels like a breeze, and then you're stepping onto other new goals, and that's going to be your biggest achievement, at least for the next few days or the next few months or the next few years. So thank you very much for listening. I hope this was helpful for you. If it was, please leave a like, share this information to your friends, your creator colleagues who you think will need this information. Thank you very much for listening again, and I'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share, and I remain 4ID. Peace.